Hey Donna,
Hey, Greg.
we had a beautiful tradition. We had so much confidence in our team that we thought we'd never lose more than one game in a row. So we said
Right.
we don't go after losses. We just do 15 minutes on the loss after the next win. That has not been a very good strategy if we ever want to go do podcasts because we just lost three straight.
Three straight ugly
And
losses as well.
I'm gonna label this podcast an emergency because I think this team is on the brink of absolute disaster for the season. Not forever, but this year could be done based on decisions that are made in the next month.
Mm, I'm not going that far because we're only 29 games into the season, and all teams go through a period like this. But we just got so excited because they were playing well, but we knew they had flaws. And I think now the flaws are being teams are taking advantage of our flaws. And our flaws have always been on the defensive end, unathletic, but we've always outscored teams. We were scoring 120s, 130s, even though we may not have been playing good defense. Now our offense, I mean, we scored 88 points in the three losses. That's like unheard of. So I think teams are have caught up and our flaws are catching up with us. And I just don't think it's I think they could play harder, but I just think the deficiencies that we knew coming into the season are rearing their ugly heads and teams are taking advantage of it.
I think
And
we overestimated how good we were based on record. And I think you and I talked about our schedule was really light and we were playing a bunch of sorry teams. But we didn't take that aspect of our schedule seriously enough. We were just excited to be number two in the West.
Mhm.
And so this is more disappointing and discouraging because we had our expectations kind of out of whack with the actual
I,
talent on this team.
I don't think so. I just think I was happy. We were happy that we got a good start because I remember you saying maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe even 3 weeks ago, that we're going to hit a skid.
Yeah.
And when we hit that skid, it's going to be ugly.
Yep.
And here we are.
Yep.
We've hit that
You were mad at me
skid.
for saying it,
I
so
know
like
I
like
was
I
like,
brought it on.
whatever. And here we are. So I
Yeah.
thought about it when we had the third straight loss. I thought I go, oh my God, Greg said we were gonna hit a skid, and here we are. So I didn't really I'm not that upset about it. I mean, people are go flying off the handle about,
I think
but
you're
we're
right.
only 29 games in.
Yeah.
But the injuries are starting to bother me because now Austin Reeves is out for 4 weeks.
For unknown, really.
Calf strain.
Yeah. The four
That
weeks
leads into an
is a
Achilles.
4 weeks is a guess. But
Yeah, so
it's
you never know. But he probably shouldn't have come back and played. Remember, he was
nope.
out two or three
Yep.
games and he wanted to play on Christmas Day kind of thing.
Clearly, he should not
Yeah,
have played.
yeah. So, we can't even get the big three together. I mean,
Right.
LeBron's playing better now, but then Luca's in and out, and now AR is gone. So
Right.
it's like, I don't know. But I'm glad we started out well. We're still in fourth place, even though we may take a little more of a slide, but
Yeah.
they've just got to figure it out now because AR is not there. And but one thing about when we were winning really well, AR was kind of playing over his head, to be really honest.
I think that's one way to interpret it. I think it's a little more subtle than that. I think he has that skill level. Um, and I think when the ball was in his hands, like every NBA player,
Yeah,
uh, green light changes everything for a player.
yeah,
And so a player like Luca getting 35 is more green light related than talent related, frankly. He's an extremely talented player, but I'm saying you put some of these defensive specialists in the position of you have the ball every time down court and you can do whatever you want. I think some of these defensive specialists, like PJ Washington, that dude would get 25 points a night if he had the green light.
of course.
He's just an NBA player. He's not a highly skilled NBA offensive player. It's just,
But I don't know. I don't know if he would get 25 because he doesn't handle the ball like Luca. It's a player like an Austin Reeves that can handle the ball,
well, that's
get his
even
own shot.
I'm using an extreme example, but you're right. You're right. A
Yeah.
more apt example, and that's what we saw.
Yeah, we
Because
saw it.
they
It
put
was
the ball in.
beautiful. But maybe all that minutes that he was playing has taken a toll on him now.
Well, it's his style of play means
Yeah.
that minutes really cost him.
Yeah.
Like we talked about before, how Luca can play 48 minutes and only run a total of a mile.
Right.
But Austin, to get his offensive game off, he's got to go 3, 4, 5 miles in the course of a game.
Yes. And he's got to move this, that.
Yeah.
And and Luca, like you said, he goes slow, he goes at his own pace. So it's a whole different game. And I think it's caught up with Reeves. Now he's injured. And I think it's also exposing that our other weakness is the bench.
Yes.
Now those guys are having to do more and they're really not producing. I just don't know where Rui is. Here's an opportunity for him again, and he's just not stepping into it.
So JJ said he knows who's not giving you effort,
Yes, he does.
and Rui is at the top of that list.
Yes.
I am gonna first of all, when we went back, I got to go back to the moment when you said that I said that we were going to run into a skid. Ladies and gentlemen, Donna is always right. Greg is right maybe once or twice a season.
Here we are.
Broke clock is right twice a day. Um, but what was I talking about?
That JJ knows the players that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Rui is probably number one on that list. I hope
I know.
Bron is number two. No, actually, I hope Luca's number two and Bron is number three on that list. Don't tell me that Vando's not giving effort. Don't tell me Jake's
No.
not giving effort.
No, but effort and producing are two different things. I thought
Well,
the Lakers played that game. I saw some effort, but then I saw a lot of missed shots. When we would get the ball, we come down and nobody could make the three. The things that we needed when we play hard like that, it just shows that we play hard, but we're not that talented because we couldn't hit the shots when we needed to hit them. And although we did a good defensive play on the other end, they come down and boom, hit a three easily. And we were just fumbling around and we couldn't make the shot. So to me, it's showing the lack of, we weren't getting offensive rebound. I mean, we weren't getting defensive rebounds. I can tell that was a lack of energy or whatever. But
I
I
think
think it's
that
just
was,
a lack of talent as well that people
yeah.
keep forgetting that we just don't have a lot of talent on this team. When you compare to these other teams that we're losing to, we don't have the talent level.
And we were down Gabe and Jackson,
Yes,
which both are key to the bench. So
yes. And it's just the talent. It's just like if our big three aren't on,
90
we are
points.
not in games like
Yeah.
against the Houston Rockets, against the San Antonio Spurs, against Denver Nuggets, against OKC. If our big three is not on time and the other players aren't playing their role, we just don't have a shot at winning. It just shows that after you have the big three, maybe four or five, we're really limited in what we just can't compete with those other teams. At the end of the day, we just don't have the talent level that these other teams have. And you're going to win some big games, maybe, but when you get down to it, just think about it. OKC, Houston, San Antonio's coming up, um, Minnesota,
We're going
and
to struggle
Denver.
against every one of those teams,
Yes,
period.
yes.
Because we've lost our confidence now. And so,
Yeah, the
and that
confidence is gone. Yes,
that's what was
yes,
putting those 3 pointers in. And we were
yeah,
dependent on those threes and that confidence because Aiden is getting the ball no more than 10 times a game.
yep. And Rui's not getting, I don't know, I haven't even looked at Rui. I just been so disappointed in him that I haven't even looked at the scoreboard to see how many shots he's actually getting, but he's just not stepping into the void that we have.
Right. And which brings us to Rui. Yes. Um, Rui is not that dude. Ladies and gentlemen, one day we had a guest, a young lady I ran into in the grocery store. Lately, she just walked into my house. but I guess we know each other. So hey,
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
How's it going?
good. How you doing?
Good, good.
So your
so
brother
we
was right. So we're talking about that right now.
Which one?
say what?
How right you were
Oh,
2 or 3 weeks ago.
the subline of our show title is Donna, who's always right.
Oh,
And yeah, the last podcast, or maybe 3 podcasts ago, I was actually right about something, and so she's wanting you to know that. I knew we were going into a skid, which of course she didn't like to hear that. So,
okay.
but here we are, three
Here
three
we are.
losses in a row.
I heard about JJ and all that stuff. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I know. Yeah.
yeah. So I think JJ is attributing it to effort, and I think what JJ was looking at was what you brought up just recently, which was the lack of defensive rebounding.
Yeah.
I think that broke the game because we had 24 seconds of defense.
Yep.
But then if you don't get the rebound, this Laker team cannot play 48 seconds of defense. No
No.
way.
No.
So after 24 seconds, everybody's like, okay, well, if we didn't get the rebound, then y'all do whatever you
Yep.
want to do. So hurry up and get it done so we can get down the court and try to make something back.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, so defensive rebounding falls to your power forward. And we have two. You never will tell me what Ron's position is until I say
Power
it. And you say,
forward.
no, it's the other one. If I say
No, I
power
say
forward, you
power
say he's playing a
forward.
three on offense. So if how many rebounds did Bron get?
I don't know. I didn't even look at the score yesterday. I
It
haven't
was
looked
like
at any stats. All
it's
I
like
know is it was ugly.
let's not go to the
And
stats because it's ugly.
It can be
yeah, nobody
established.
played well.
I bet it was like 2-4. And between Rui and Brown, one of the things that the guy that does one of these podcast shows really he's actually really good. He seems like a real inside guy with the Lakers. He talks about how um,
Ron had 2 rebounds.
2 rebounds. He talks about how um, what's his name? The guy that does the Lakers lounge.
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
I wasn't listening to nobody. I didn't want to hear what nobody had to say about nothing. Because everybody can say whatever they want to say, but they got to get in that locker room and figure it out. And people can
yeah,
say, oh, it's this, it's that, it's no effort, it's blah, blah, blah. Those guys got to get in that room with them coaching staff and they got to figure it out. And
yeah.
it's only 29 games into the season. So everybody's getting all worked up, but it's like every team goes through a skid. And here we are. So now it's about how do you come out of that skid? And I'm waiting to see what they do.
So we're not popular enough to be slamming other podcasts, but I listen to all of them, and it's pretty consistent that something's got to change. But a lot of guys are thinking that Marcus Smart is somehow the solution by putting him in the starting lineup, and nothing makes me more furious. That man is not going to give us a starting minutes without killing him. He's
Yeah.
not a start. He hasn't been a starter in 5, 6, 7 years. What
Yeah.
makes us think he's the answer?
We don't have any. Who else you gonna start if you put Rui on the bench?
That's not the question. The first question is who are the best 5 players to start? And JJ figured that out, and that's who's starting now.
But now AR is gone. So who's stepping into his spot?
Well, you got Jake as an option. You got all kind of options. I'm not worried about what happens when people are injured. I'm saying who are our main starting 5, and those 5 who are starting are the best 5 starters. That's the best squad we could put on the floor with the talent that we have.
But is it the best combination? It might be the best talent that we have, but it's the best combination to
To me,
win.
that's playing games when you started with we don't have the talent.
I said we don't have the
Combinations,
talent. We don't have as much talent as other teams that we're losing to. That's what I'm saying. I'm
well,
not
that's
saying
what
we don't have
matters.
talent. I'm saying we don't have enough talent to compete with the OKCs, the Houstons, the
But that's
Denvers
but
of the
that's what we
world.
need. That's what we need. And therefore, all your
But you got to
switching
do it
around,
straight. I mean, you can't get talent out of a turnip.
we've gotten to the real point.
Yes.
We cannot stand pat. We used to
No.
say, this is a nice team. Let's see how it goes. We've seen how it goes. We
Yep.
must
Yeah.
replace. We need 2 pieces.
Yes. Maybe
We need a
three, but
point of
two.
attack defender. And you can't be
Yes.
6'2". You got to be 6'4" or 6'5".
Six,
And then we
six.
need that 6'8", 6'9", the guy we've been talking about, first name Jay.
Yeah, we do.
And I'll
And we
take the
have
first
to.
one first. Like everybody's holding back on their 6'9", 7 foot
Right,
wingspan, uh,
right.
shoot the three type players. No one's going to give us one of those. We're going to have to steal
Yep,
one. Got to yank one. We're going to have to beg one to say, I want to be a Laker and I'm demanding a trade type situation. That's how we got AD. But
yeah. That
uh,
ain't gonna happen.
it's going to be, I think, easier for us to get Doug Christie back. I mean, Max Christie back. That's my point of attack defender. Shoot the three.
Dallas ain't
Energetic.
never tra Dallas ain't never trading with us and again in life.
Agreed, but that's the prototype. That's what I'm
Yes,
looking for.
I agree.
That age, that skill set, that athleticism, that shot.
Yes, it would be nice, but I'm not sure it's gonna happen this year. I keep telling everybody, I said, this is the first year of Luka, and you have to build around him. And that's going to take a year or two to really build around him the players that he really needs in order for the Lakers to thrive. Right now, they're putting pieces together that they already had, trying to make them work. But really, this team needs to build in the off season. Maybe we can make a trade. If that happens, that would be great. But if it doesn't happen in the off season, we got to get a couple pieces and we just got to build this thing because this team has been built around LeBron and AD for a while, and now we don't have AD and Bron's old. So now we have Luka. So now it's time to build, and it's a different skill set to build around Luka than it is LeBron.
Yep.
Because Luka's not really the player that LeBron was.
We would have never gotten Aiton if Luka wasn't here.
Right. And I love Aiton, but he's
Yep.
been out a few games, but he came back Christmas Day or whatever. But I love Aiton. I don't have a problem with Aiton.
He's not shot
But the
less than
other
80%.
pieces,
Well,
what's the other
75%.
pieces? It's the
Huh?
wing pieces. It's the wing pieces
The
where we're
wings are what we're
lacking.
missing. And Jake is a nice one. The problem is we need two of those. People are acting
Yeah.
like Jake uh, is like a bum. It's like this dude is playing his butt off for the Lakers. It's just we're expecting too much of him. He's
Yeah,
not
the
supposed
talent
to be
level is not
starting.
there.
He's not, huh?
The talent level is not there with him. It's
I
where
think
it's at, but people are expecting him to be more. And
they're
he's
expecting
doing
him to
what
be that dude that we're looking for, and he's not that dude, but he's the
he's not
backup
that
for
dude.
that dude.
Right.
He
True.
can come in and play the same game and make things happen. He's just a little bit shorter, a little bit slower, but it's still good.
Yeah, he's
I
still
love
good, a
Jake.
bench player.
I want Jake on that bench,
Yeah.
but he's not the starter.
No.
Rui's got to go to the bench, and then what?
That's why I say, who do you put in if Rui goes to the bench? I say Jake.
I'm not putting Jake in to start. I want to work on Jake
Who else do
and
we have?
that's what I'm saying. We got to trade. We
So
have to
we keep
trade.
Rui in the starting lineup until we make a trade.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Any change you try to make is just shuffling
Yeah.
inappropriate pieces around.
Yeah. The same 5, 6 pieces.
Yep.
So
So we know we need a trade. We know we got one pick.
yeah.
The point of attack defender is not going to be. We're not going to be able to get a good enough player to merit the pick. We're going to have to take a shot on somebody that has exhibited the
Unfortunately.
skills, huh?
Yep. Unfortunately.
That's what it's going to be. We might get lucky,
Yep.
but the pick is required to get the player that we need to start in front of Jay. But then what do you do when you get that player? You send Rui to the bench.
No, Rui goes in the pick.
Rui goes with the is part of the
Rui
trade.
goes with the trade. Because we're not paying Rui next year. He hasn't shown me enough after 29 games that he's worth whatever we're going to have to pay him, 25 mil or whatever it is. I just don't think he has that personality
That's it.
to,
He has the
you know,
skill. He
he has
just
the
doesn't have the
skill.
personality. I
No,
hate that we're saying this about Rui because I love that kid. He's really
me too.
awesome. His smile with those big deep dimples when he's running down the court is just it's Laker beauty. It reminds me of Magic with that big old grin.
Yes.
But I think
And he
this
never
year,
complains. I
yeah,
mean, he's
he's
just a
got a
good kid.
nice
He never
kid.
complains about getting 2
Yeah.
shots in a game, but still, it's just like
You want somebody
he
that's
can't
complaining
he can't
about not
step
getting enough
into
time.
a void.
Yep.
He
They,
can't.
they create space for him, and he still stays on the perimeter.
Yeah, he just can't figure out how to. One thing I used to appreciate about Kyle Kuzma is that he played his role, but as soon as he got his opportunity to step into that void, he would get 25 points. He knew
When he
how
was
to
a
step
Laker.
in it.
When he
Yes,
was
that's
a
what I mean.
Laker.
Yeah, he knew how to step into the void when needed, but then he knew how to back out when he went back to the fourth or fifth option. But Rui never seems to be able to, because there's been a lot of voids. Luca's
Yes.
been out, Bron's been out, AR's been out. He's had opportunities to kind of step into that 20-point guy, and we're not getting it.
Austin secured his max 25% max contract by stepping into the void.
Yes.
Rui made himself tradable.
Yeah.
And to
Yeah.
whom? You know what I mean? Like Rui could end up in basketball purgatory after
No, somebody gonna pick him up because he's still young, 6'8", can shoot the lights out,
big body.
big body.
He should be doing more.
I know.
But we have reached the point where the attitude is not going to change, the
No.
personality is not going to change, and
Mm-mm.
we need a beast in that position.
Yeah.
And so,
Because he doesn't play on the defensive end either. Be different if he was a dog on the defensive end and he wasn't shooting enough, but he's not a dog on that end either. He doesn't rebound well either.
yep.
So it's like we need somebody different.
Sorry, Rui, you got to
I
go.
know we love you, Rui, and I thought he could step into Bron's spot when Bron left, but I'm worried that I don't know.
Not doesn't bring enough. I think we
No.
need that. I think that wing that we're getting ready to get is taking Bron's spot,
Yeah.
and then they're going to play a proper power forward and get up off the ball and let Austin and Luca do their
Luca.
thing. And then your point of attack defender is starting in place of Rui, and
Mm-hmm.
um, they got to be spot up. So I don't think Monk is a good enough defender, but his shot is perfect for the role alongside Luca and
Yeah.
Austin, and he's gettable, but he doesn't solve your problem because of the defense.
No.
So the guy we need, I don't know who he is. Max
They
Christie
keep
is
talking about
really.
Herb Jones,
I'm sorry, I should have said exactly him. He'd be perfect. He's
but
even
I
good.
heard they wanted 2 draft picks. New Orleans is not going to trade with us either again.
One sec, Donna. You mind if
Okay.
Let me ring the door.
Yeah. I don't think it is. You're right. I
I don't
don't
see
think.
them trading with us again unless they try to like to clean our clock.
Yeah, everybody wants to clean the Lakers clock, but everybody also those things I think happen leading up to trades, all those wild discussions and all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
that's
The,
true.
the moment the paperwork gets signed, it's two GMs making a deal that both of them hope will make them better.
Right.
That's the trade we're looking for. And all this personality stuff and all that.
Yeah. We need a Herb Jones type player. And I don't know, I can't think of other teams, some of the teams that aren't so good, some of their 3-and-D guys, some of these young, I don't know any names right now. Herb Jones came up, and I didn't even really think about him until his name. And I was like, who is this guy? And I looked him up and
But
I
then
said,
you looked him up and
oh,
you're like, he'd be perfect.
yes, he'd be perfect. So I
Yeah.
know there's some others on some of these teams that would be perfect too, but I don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are. Keon Ellis keeps coming up.
Yes, he's kind of short, but I do like him. He's like 6'5".
I'll take it. If he's, I just
Yes.
don't know how good the defense is because I just haven't focused on the player. But
Yeah.
I know him to be a good all around player.
Yeah. And they're gonna be having a fire sale over there. So
So you might be able to get him.
hmm
So he's acceptable,
yeah,
as
we gotta,
far as I
yeah,
know.
we
What do you
and
know
I'm
about his
kind of,
defensive rating? What does he
I
look
don't
like?
know. I remember he used to kill us. Um, but I'm kind of not happy that this is happening, but I think it may show a little more urgency on the trade, like not to Rob, so to speak, but to our $10 billion owner now. He may say, oh, we started out really good and now we're on the skids. JJ's pissed off. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on that he might be like, oh, okay, Rob, yes, now we need to do it. Like putting that pressure on that we need
Mhm.
that probably Jeannie wouldn't have put on.
Mhm. So let's talk about JJ real quick. Um, I feel like JJ maybe shot himself in the foot a little bit because his big threat to get everybody motivated was, I'm not coaching the next 59 games like this. And to
Yes.
me, that's a coach threatening to quit. And that is the dumbest thing a coach could ever do. When you put the idea that I'm not going to be around, then you're incentivizing the jerks on the team to really stop listening to you. Um,
I
And I
just
know
think
he's
that's just hothead JJ. I don't pay attention to wording like that. I don't think players pay attention to wording like that either. But
good. I hope not.
I did when he said the players, that was serious. When he said the three players or three to four players and they know who they are,
Yeah.
that was serious because coaches usually don't do that. Now him going off saying he ain't gonna coach another 50, all that, but then when he said there's these players and they know who they are and they keep doing this,
If he
that was
if included in
serious.
that, he doesn't call out Luca for talking crap with the refs after the shot, and if he doesn't call out Braun for taking the simplest, easiest switch and leaving his man wide open in the corner often, um,
Right?
then he's wasting his breath because he's talking to the actual players who are actually trying. This is a tough
Yes.
coaching assignment. This is tough.
It's tough, and
This is
it's only
tough.
takes the toughest. And it's like, I mean, this was we pay you the big bucks for. You're a coach
Exactly.
in the NBA,
Yeah.
and you get lucky enough to coach the Lakers that have some stars on it. But in order to be big time, you've got to be able to talk to your stars and show them that what they're not doing. Because the
Well,
other guys are doing the best they can. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a whole bunch of talent, but Laravia's coming in there doing his thing. Vanderbilt even hit two threes from the corner, and he's coming in there hustling. You know, those guys are who they are. We don't have Gabe Vincent, but he doesn't give us a lot, but he gives us defense. So it's really your big three, Aiden and Rui, is really the meat of this team. And if those guys aren't doing what they're supposed to do, whatever it is, defense, offense. And one thing about Luca, he's scoring a lot, but he's missing threes. He's going like 2 for 12 on 3-point shots. That's killing us.
and one of the stats uh,
It's
I guess
killing
I've heard
us.
about this. I don't know if I looked it up or what, but it's in my head now. This
His
idea of
stats are his
catch and
3-point
shoot
shot.
versus pull up. He's much higher percentage. I think all players are higher percentage on catch and shoot than they are setting their own shot up. So his step back and his, all that stuff is it started off the season. It looked like he was shooting 50% on that step back. And now it looks like he's shooting 0% on that step back.
Yeah.
And but
And
but
he's not getting, because they're double teaming him now. All the
well
teams
he
that beat us are doubling him.
but when we're swinging, uh Luca as a spot up shooter is a tremendous weapon, but we never go that far to get it back to him.
Right. That's true.
And that might be a wrinkle that we need to put in the offense is when he needs to get off of it, and we need to
That's
send it
true.
through a little, we need to launder the ball.
Yeah,
It
that's
pops
true.
back out and Luca's wide open.
Right. It
That
never, that's true. It never gets back to him when he gives it up, really.
mm-mm, mm-mm. And the players that play freely and play do the right thing with the ball like LeBron,
Hmm.
it coming back to them is one of the reasons why they're able to play freely and give it up when the right players
Hmm.
give it up because they have
Right.
confidence that it's coming back. But Luca got to get his 30. And if he gives it up and it never comes back, then he's going to keep doing this,
That pull up over
Yeah,
somebody's head and he's
yeah.
not, whatever injury he had, did he have a calf strain too? Whatever it is, his 3-point shot hasn't been on since way back, not just now. I mean, for many games, just like when AR came back, his 3-point shot was dead and then he got it back and now he's out.
Luca was wobbly the whole game.
Yes, that
He
would
did,
be,
he
yeah,
was tentative on his feet. So
yeah.
we're just messed up, man.
We're
And
messed up now because I think we played so hard and so much early, and our big three played a lot of minutes.
yeah,
Bron was out for 10 games, so AR and Luca were, getting us 30, 40 points a game, and their usage was high. And Aiden was playing well. Then he went out for 3 games. And so it's just we've got to figure we got to figure it out. And that's just a part of basketball. That's a part of an 82 game season. You've got to figure it out or you don't. And I think they will figure it out. But people expecting them to be a contender, we're not a contender. I
not
love my
now,
Lakers, but we're not a contender. We even
not
looking
now.
at this roster and comparing it to other rosters, it's not a contending roster. Now it's a competitive roster,
Yes.
but it's not a contender.
Yep. Second round
And
of the playoffs.
yeah, if we're lucky, if we don't hit a Minnesota or
Or
one of those
Denver or
matchups early,
OKC or any good team.
Denver, any of those that we hit in the first round, we
It's
out.
over.
That's why we
No.
got to stay in the 4 or 5
And
space.
what the worst thing to me watching this team, the half-ass comeback attempts. We hit two shots in a row, and then they go on a 10-2 run, and we act
Yeah,
like
see, that's the
the effort we
thing.
put into trying to come back, and we get it within 4 or 6,
Yes.
and then we just go, okay, well, I didn't know you guys were that serious about it. Okay, fine, go ahead.
Right. It's how teams get runs on us.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. Like we lose it when we don't hit shots, those key shots. We get it
yeah,
down and then we miss a few key shots. Then we just give up and they go on a 10-0 run and then we're out the game again.
yep. You know,
It's,
we're a team that's dependent on shooting. That's who we are, and
yep.
if we don't make some trades, that's who we're gonna be. And that means,
Yep.
the cool thing is we got some good shooters on this team. Gabe can heat it up when he comes back. So,
What happened to Gabe anyway?
huh?
What happened to him going? I don't even remember what happened to him. Why he
I
went
don't know
out.
how he got hurt either. I don't know.
I never saw. I remember they're saying
Yeah,
Gabe's out, and I go, so what happened to Gabe? I don't even
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
So yeah, we're in a. But that just shows management. You got to get it together because this is what we got. So if you want us to be in a different level, then you're going to have to give us some more talent because it's about talent. I mean, it's about playing hard, it's about coaching, it's about all of that, but it's also about talent in the NBA now. And there's too many teams with lots of talent. Back in the day, it was the Lakers, San Antonio, you
and
had a few
Boston,
teams, Boston, but now you got these
Houston,
small market teams, OKC, that is just everybody come
killing it.
off that bench is talented.
Yep. And they have a million picks,
Yes.
so they're gonna be good forever.
Yes. And then Denver loaded back up.
Yep.
You got Joker out here getting 55, 15, and 15.
Yeah. Crazy.
So it's like the talent level. We've got to improve our talent level because you can't depend on the big three. You're wearing them down.
Yep. Yep. And one of
Mhm.
them's 41.
Yep.
So
And now you got AR with a calf.
two topics before we close. One, if this is what we're getting from LeBron at 41, I don't want him at 42. Let's stop. This is it.
I think this might be it,
This is it.
actually.
If you want to do something else, bro, go ahead and do it. But you can't come here unless you take a ridiculous pay cut and you're willing to come off the bench. That's how I'm coming at Bron as a GM. That's the only option. Otherwise, good luck, bro. How can we help you? Be happy wherever you're going. That's one thing. The second thing is, I do.
Hmm. You
He's
got to
that
be
player.
ready.
He's that player. He's not ready. But what do you do?
Got to get him ready, though.
Do you sacrifice this year so that you have that player next year and give him 15 minutes a game? Uh, that would be a radical thing to do if you, like us, know that this ain't no championship team.
Right. You're
And
building.
hmm?
You're rebuilding. We're in rebuilding phase, even though we're still competitive. But
Yeah,
real actuality, when we think about this team and Luca leading this team into the future, we are rebuilding. We're trying to find the pieces that work well with him. AR, we think is that guy. DeAndre Ayton, we think is that guy. But other than that, all them other pieces,
some people want to trade Aiden. I say you bet not.
better not
But
trade Ayton.
bet not
We
trade
just
Aiden.
need
But
to get another backup. And then Jake, what you call it was out, but we need another backup to Aiden that's a little more productive, a different kind of productive than Jackson Hayes. But I love Jackson Hayes.
he's nice. I like him. We could use a little bit more. We got a real offensive center in the G League right now that we talked about once.
He hasn't come up though. They keep playing Max Kleber.
Yeah,
That's why we got to get him out of here.
yeah, yeah.
He's
Make room.
slow. He got to go.
He
Whatever
got to
trade we
go.
do, we got to slip him in.
He would have had to hit every shot.
Yeah, I'll take Timmy because he's a little more, not more athletic, but he's a little more bouncy and probably a little bit more skilled at this point.
He's got
And
more offensive skill from what I can
yeah,
see.
that we could really use at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
And he's hungry.
And to your point
Um,
about rebuilding, he's the kind of player that you can invest
yeah,
in a year where
yeah,
you
you
ain't
got
got
to
to do
get a
nothing.
due. We got to play him, I think.
I think
Maybe
we got to.
you take some of the minutes away from Rui and just say, hey, Rui, you're not giving us, so we're going to let this young kid play some.
And when you're in there, by the way, if you want a good salary in your next contract, whether it be here or somewhere else, you better shoot the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
All
loves
right.
standing in the corner, but hey, we'll see what happens. Next up is Detroit.
I didn't even pay attention. It's Sunday.
Yeah, I
I
think
hope
it's
it's not
Detroit.
Detroit. I hope
I
it's not
think it
Detroit.
I think it is Detroit. Detroit is either the 28th or the 30th. I think
Yeah.
it's Detroit though, the 28th.
Okay. Well,
And they ready, athletic, young.
no, they're the kind of team. They beat us when they weren't even this. Last
I
year,
know.
they just were a hit of this,
I
but they had
know.
all the players. They just didn't weren't meshing as well.
Yep.
This year is crazy how good
I
they are.
know.
But
They're
last year
crazy athletic
they
and
beat our
young.
butts on just pure athleticism
I
last
know. And they're gonna come in hungry because they've been losing a little bit here and
year.
there.
Yep.
So they're gonna come in hungry to LA
Yep.
and they're gonna be ready to run us out the gym.
Yep. Yep.
So we'll see.
And we'll see.
Yep.
So
All right.
either you'll see us after the next win or after the next three losses.
Hopefully it's
Hopefully
not
we have
loss number
the next
4. We
win.
need to stop this losing streak now.
We need to. I just
But who knows?
Donna, if things get any worse,
What's gonna happen?
my birthday shoes.
Oh, nice.
Come on now. There you
I
go.
see the black and blue. Oh, those are nice. You gonna get out on the court?
If that's what it takes. I saved
Okay.
10 games. When I realized that I couldn't play no more, I saved 10 games. I said I got 10 more games in me, and I'm gonna
Okay.
dole them out to my nephews and my somebody gonna take some buckets from an old dude before I'm done. I
We're
hope
gonna
it's
we gonna
not
get
the
it together. I have faith, but I'm not sure how long it's gonna take though. I'm not saying the next game we're gonna turn things around, but I think maybe over the next couple of weeks we'll see some improvement in this team. But we still need a trade or two.
two.
Two would be good.
Thank you, Laker fans. You've witnessed the Purple Blood Lakers podcast by Laker fans for Laker fans, featuring Donna, who is always right.
And Greg, who was right this time.
Go Lakers.
Go Lakers.
All right.